Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jordan from PictureMonk.com and welcome to another How I Edit video. This video is going to basically be just me editing photos the way I would normally do it. I might speed it up a little bit depending on how long it takes me, but it's basically a start to finish on how I would edit something. And in this photo, it's going to be me editing in Lightroom. I kind of go back and forth between Photoshop and Lightroom, but this one specifically I want to concentrate on Lightroom. So this photo was taken in May of this year, I believe, and between April or May, and it was taken in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and there's a cool, a really cool train museum, railroad museum, and this was one of the cars that was in the back of the museum there, and so you know, with the all wood car here, and it's got, you know, damaged wood and textures all over the place. I thought it'd be really cool to kind of spruce up a little bit. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna, you know, just kind of go through and kind of vocalize what I'm doing as far as my editing goes. I do know that I want to make a couple revisions of this. So when I'm in Lightroom, I normally like to play around with presets. And so I'm going to go through a couple of these presets that I made. If you would like to pick up these preset packs, I have volume 1 here, and I got a 2016 edition, which is the newer ones. You can go to PictureMonk.com/Lightroom, and you can pick up those packages there. So I know I want to make a black and white of this. So instead of going for the presets, I think I'm just going to go ahead and edit one. I know the color one I'm going to basically make a preset out of. So I'm just going to go through the black and white edit. I'm going to get that one done first. And so let me take the black and white here. And there you go. I'm done. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. So I'm going to edit this. Even though this is a black and white, color temperature does matter. So I'm still going to back that down to, let's say close to there. Kind of get some of those harsher tones out of there. Let's crank the tint up a little bit because that does matter as well. It's probably not going to make that much difference right now, but once we make some more edits down here, it will start to matter. I'm not going to touch the exposure. I think it's pretty well exposed. There are some lighter spots here, but I can take care of those. Contrast, I'm going to bump that up just a hair, right around there. And let's go to the highlights. Well, let's start to touch the shadows. Let's bring the shadows up a pretty good amount. And then we'll take the highlights and we'll bring those down. Yeah, I don't want to go too crazy right now. The clarity, I definitely know I want to bump up to bring out some of that sharpness. You can see that coming in. I'm starting to like that. Let's go right here. Yeah, let's do that one there. Let's see. We'll do the whites. Now that we got some of these other edits out of the way, I'll bring up the whites. And we'll just, I think we'll bring up the blacks as well. I want it sort of be a brighter image. That way I can make some more detail edits to it. Let's see. Contrast. Yeah, I got that one. Yep. Okay. I like the way that looks so far. Tone curve. Now, I do want to mess with the tone curve. And I know I kind of want it to be like a sort of faded, sort of a modern image. So usually to achieve that with a tone curve, I'm going to create a point here. I'm going to leave that point up there and bring this point up. And you can see as I bring it up, it's starting to fade. Starting to make the blacks a little bit more shallow. So let's do right about there. Let's see. Let's adjust some of these colors here in the black and white. This is where you can really start to make the colors pop here. Let's bring the reds down. See what that does. Nothing much. You know what? Let's bring those down too. I can see a little bit of change there. Not much. This stuff is really not going to be noticeable now, but it will be once we make our split toning adjustments, and that's where I'm trying to get down to. But I want to make sure I see the magenta start to change, but I'm actually going to bump that up. All right, now let's do the split toning. This is where I really wanted to go. So let's do, let's see. What kind of color do I want? Let me see what kind of color I got here. Let's do right around there. And now that's way too way too saturated. Let's bump it down. Okay, so it just gives a tiny hint of a color. And then we'll do the same thing here. Let's see, where do we want to go on this one? I want to go a little higher on that scale too. What color? There we go. Okay, that's all right. Let's go back down here to 7. All right, so kind of gives a cooler color, which is kind of what I want there. Let's see, what else can we do here? Take the detail, which is what I always do. I always crank this up. Sharpness, mask, that'll definitely help bring out some of the textures here. And let's see, I want to go back up here and make the rest of the edits. So I'm going to increase the contrast, take down the highlights way. There we go. There we go. Now I'm liking the image. You know what? Let's add a vignette to it. Bring it in a little bit. Okay, I like that. I feel like I want to increase the clarity more, but I don't want it to go crazy. So I guess I'll stick around to where I was. Okay, and now let's go ahead and do a graduated filter because I want to darken up the sky a little bit. I want it to be very moody, very, very moody. I'm going to darken that side up a little more. There we go. See, I wanted this, the clarity I didn't touch on this side because I don't want it to be too strong like that. So I kept it soft there, kept the clarity a little harder there. All right, so I do like that image. I like how it's faded here in the darks. I do like how that turns out. All right, so I'm going to save that snapshot. I'll save that as black and white 1. Okay, so now I can always go back to that one. So let's go and reset it. And let's choose one of the presets here to kind of work off of. I'm going to go to my nostalgic presets because I know I want a good color one. Let's see, let's go to cane here. See, that kind of gives the faded color as well, but I do know it needs a little bit of sharpening. I'll bump that up a little more. Clarity's good, okay. I want to brighten some of that up. Yeah, now that I'm looking, I'm going to take that fade down a little bit more. Right around there. And I'm not going to do the graduated filter on the top because I'm okay with the way those clouds turned out. And see, that's why I like presets so much. You can just make one quick click and then you got a really, really cool image to work off of. So I'm just playing around with some of the colors here, some of the tones. And I think I'm going to keep it there. So let me make a preset or a screenshot of that one, color one. All right, so this is where we started. Let's do before and after here. This is where we started. And then that is our black and white edit. I think it really turned out well as far as the black and white goes. Adding just a tint of color is actually a pretty cool little trick. It separates it from all the other, generic black and whites out there, especially when you give it a really hard contrast. And then here's our color version. Yeah, I like the way that turned out. It does look a little yellow to me, a little too yellow. So the quickest way to do that is kind of back down the tint or the temperature there. Okay, I like the way that looks. Maybe bring down the saturation. Can even go as far as taking the yellow and desaturating the yellow and the orange. Take down all the lighter colors here. And then go to split toning and then take away that saturation. There we go. So it's kind of like a desaturated image, which is really cool. I like those desaturated images a lot. So I'm good with that. I'm good with how that looks. So that was the that's basically how I edit. You got these two versions here, and I really pleased with how that turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Head on over to PictureMonk.com for a lot of other photography stuff. Just remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like it. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Give me a thumbs down if you hate it. And thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.